We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and of course, SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. You having a good day? Of course you are. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Good to see you guys. Man, we got a great one lined up for you guys. We got a couple great guests, lots to talk about. A potential major announcement in the world of video games. At least it's a teaser, and we'll see if that turns into anything. But most importantly, we're going to have a great couple hours together with you guys. Someone who is struggling like a muggle, or muggling to struggle. You know what I'm talking about, Blabs.
Hello. It is a struggle bus today, but we're going choo-choo right ahead.
Choo-choo. Choo-choo. That's Blabs today. Love that. You ever seen, what is that movie?
Thomas the Train?
No. There's a movie with one of the Wayans brothers, and what movie? Oh, I bet Roddy knows what I'm talking about. What's the military movie where it's Major Payne? That's what it is. I'm sorry, Major Payne.
No.
You ever seen Major Payne?
Yes, once.
Blabs, I guarantee you've never seen Major Payne.
No.
Okay. Major Payne is a movie that could not be made today, would not be made today, but should be made today.
Well, I mean, it was basically like another version of Full Metal Jacket, which is
I've seen that one.
That one, that one can't be made today, can it?
Dude, I literally took a war class in high school, and it was supposed to be like the history of wars and everything, and all we ever did was watch movies based on war, so like Full Metal Jacket and all these other movies that just made you depressed for the rest of the day. It was great. Yay.
So there's a scene, and I'm able to pull this up so quickly because I'm a master Googler. I'll say we'll watch this clip here in just a second. First, let's introduce our other crazy cohort for the day.
John. Hi, John.
What's up, guys? Dude, I love Major Payne. I was backstage. I was like, it's Major Payne, goddamn.
He said, yo, it's Major Payne, man. Oh.
You didn't even give me a second to notice it, but go ahead.
Well, here it is. Blabs, this is you today.
Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive. Just as the little engine was making its way across the dresser.
Okay, well, that's a little bit later. Hold on. He's just so you know, he's telling his story to this little boy right here, who's in his infantry, and he's getting watched along by where is she? Where's the lady? This lady right here. That's like the love interest in the movie Blabs.
Ah.
So he's telling the story about the little engine that could.
Once upon a time, deep in the jungle, there was a little engine that could. And he was chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga, 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 toot, toot.
There's Blabs today. That's how we got there. Because Blabs is struggling today. So we get to Major Payne already.
Struggle being a muggle, okay?
As soon as you guys said choo-choo, I was thinking like toot-toot from Major Payne. They're going to bring it up. Yeah.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. That's right.
And Damon's funny. My wife and kids. Good shit.
Yeah. The Wayans brothers are brilliant. Absolutely. Brilliant comedians for sure. Well, look, we got a great show. We're going to do as many Major Payne references as possible today during the show. John, that's going to be on you to bring those up, just so you know. Okay. We got a lot to talk about. I'm glad you guys are here. We are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Do us a favor. Follow us over there if you haven't. We're closing in on almost 10,000 followers over there, which is great. B. Barrett came in and gifted a sub over there, which, hey, now Rumble is the place where you can gift subs, and that's great. Thank you very much, B. Barrett. Appreciate that. And that was gifted to Smarticus. Smarticus got gifted it from B-Bear. How cool is that? That's fun. So follow us over there at rumble.com/sidescrollers. We also have the X account where you could have found out that neither of these guys are going to be on the show because actually the two folks that were going to be on the show dropped at about 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah. And Blabs was struggling like a mugglin trying to figure out what to do. So with that said.
There is a tweet out for them about as of like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Pickle.
Well,
yeah, with a pickle gif.
Well, give it up for Roddy and John for coming in on short notice.
Last minute studs. I was like, guys, help!
Mm-hmm. Yes,
no problem.
Well, I've said to you how many times you can always count on us to come in whenever the need arises.
Thank you.
So we're like the secret characters in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Since we're not on the shirt. We're the secret characters that enter in the Ultimate Combat Code. So
that works.
Man, what a brilliant way to promote sidescrollersmerch.com. You guys head over there and go pick up some merch right now at the store. It's all available right now, including the new Challenger shirt. Maybe we'll get a hidden Challenger shirt, a hidden character shirt, and put your guys' face on it. Does that sound good?
There you go.
Go pick up the new Challenger shirt, the Gamers vs. Everybody shirt. All of our merch is available from last year. We'll have some new merch coming up in February for sure. So go pick up some Side Scrollers gear over at sidescrollersmerch.com. Appreciate you allowing us the opportunity to pimp that out, Roddy. Appreciate that.
There you go.
But we are live over at Kick as well. And of course, you can watch the show over on Apple Podcast and Spotify if you want to watch the full version of the show. And I'm on the show during the day. I will do my best to upload the full video version of the show, instead of the audio version of the show, which Blabs' internet apparently cannot handle.
No.
But of course, head over to
It can handle 1080p though.
Let's not talk about that.
That's right, bro.
We're going to hit there. This is going to be a 1080p year for us. Maybe even 4K. We'll see.
Wow.
Oh, who knows? But head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com. Become a supporter over there, as we're going to be doing a lot of stuff here in this wonderful year of 2025. As boy, oh boy, did 2025 start off with a great bang, didn't it, huh?
Dude, my God.
Didn't mean to have that. You can't even say go out with a bang anymore. Like get explosions and stuff.
It literally did, didn't it?
I didn't even mean to.
Anyways. All the news coming out of the United Kingdom last night. Enough.
I don't even know what happened in the UK last night.
Do we really want to tell him, or should we just leave him alone? Do you guys know?
I'm curious.
Don't leave us hanging.
I don't.
No, you guys seriously don't know? The whole gang rapes all came out from the immigrants in the UK. It was a massive thing, massive cover-up for the last 20 years.
Something that
and cops were covering it up.
I've heard of that in the past. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a big breakthrough today.
Yeah, there was a huge breakthrough.
He actually supports it. So
yeah, and if you don't know, Elon Musk even blew it up on Twitter too, saying, "Shame, the United Kingdom is fucked, bro."
I've not heard
about torturing this. Young girls, United Kingdom,
yes. Okay, we've had enough of that.
You asked for it. I told you. I was like, do I really want to tell you?
No.
It's even worse than you thought. 2025.
It's a pretty dark subject, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like talking about Major Payne way more than that. So
yeah, Craig's like, please wrap it up.
That's right. But do us a favor, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you want Major Payne and European political issue talk. You're in the right place, which is good. But join the 112,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment and world space. Do us a favor. We did not hit our goal of 1,337 likes yesterday on the show. Just an absolute horrendous day. A day that I will look back on and cry. January.
That is 1st, not leet at all.
Not leet. And we have a group of normal men here. So let's do our best to hit that 1,337 likes today. Get those rookie numbers up. But we do have a lot to talk about today. So let's start it off strong. Blabs, please fill us in on today in video game history.
Okay, so today is January 6th.
What?
Yeah, look at that. Simon the Sorcerer released in 1993, bro. We have Train Sim Modeler released in 2001. And then I found this one out. It's called My Girlfriend is the President, released in 2012. Would you like to hear the premise for My Girlfriend is the President?
Boy, do I.
All right. Okay. Well, besides the fact that I actually had to pick that one or another one called Seduce Me. So I picked My Girlfriend is the President over that one. Anyway. Okay. So this is the premise. In the not-so-distant future, in an alternate universe version of Japan, a young man awakes to discover that the house of his childhood friend who lives next door has been changed into the White House. Why? Because she's the president, of course. And that's all we got. Doesn't sound great?
Are you just fantasizing about a woman being president, Blabs?
No, I voted for a man. Get out of here, bro. No women. I'm kidding. Only if she's qualified.
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter. If man, woman, doesn't matter. As long as they're the best person for the job, I think that's the most important thing, Blabs.
Yeah, would you like to know about Seduce Me?
Sure, please.
That was my fourth option. Okay, so that one even has a game trailer, but I'm afraid to play it. Okie dokie. So it says, having chanced upon an invite to a wealthy socialite's holiday home, you find yourself in the Mediterranean exploring a luxury mansion by the sea and meeting an array of characters. From Pietra's flirtatious maid Esper to the sexually aggressive divorcee Cecilia, you'll find yourself surrounded by temptation. Be careful how you act. The world reacts. Man, these games are wild. Anyway, that's it. That's today in gaming history.
It's great, Blabs.
If we're gonna go with old school, I mean, we had what Simon the Sorcerer, like was a point and click adventure game, right?
Yeah.
And it had a sequel. This I didn't play that, but I do remember other point and click adventures like Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, or even like the educational stuff that came out. Like what was it? Like Treasure Mountain. You know, was it Math Blasters and all the old MS-DOS games?
Love that.
Yep.
Love that. Well, you boys are lucky, actually, because today, right now, as we're live here on this wonderful show, I have found the trailer for Seduce Me, which
I
will watch.
I have the trailer. I just was afraid to play it.
Too bad, we're watching it.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. This is this is 11 years ago so more people will see this trailer right now than have right now watching our show.
We're gonna
than have
fix
seen it
it.
lifetime. So here we go. Yes.
Yep.
Blabs and everything. She always says I can fix things. So here she is. She's gonna fix Seduce Me for the place for the PC.
0 likes, bro.
There we go.
Throw him a bone.
Here we go.
Why not?
Iron Man 3.
Oh, +1 popularity.
Go Pietra.
No!
Oh wow. Let's be honest.
Wasn't expecting that.
No, I did not expect gayness.
When did this game come out?
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh man, hold on. I gotta. Let's do a little sneaky sneak. Make sure we're not gonna get any nudity here. This trailer. Okay. Here we go. Build relationships to take things further. Here we are.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Oh gosh.
Butt cheeks.
What type of person makes this? Get on the wrong side.
Sina's gonna piss you off.
She's mad.
Point
This is like-
dating sims.
Yeah. Look at how mad she is. She's so upset.
Was this game released on like through Newgrounds or something?
I don't know, but Blabs, I think we have a new title for you to figure out and go play.
Yeah, all right. I wonder if it's on Steam.
You know, if
10
we can
out of 10. Already pre-ordered.
It's been out for 11
Chicks
years.
kissing.
John.
Instant 10 out of 10.
This was
right.
certainly a side scroller.
Yeah.
See what you did there. I'm just saying, if someone can actually remake that, and instead of that being like women making out with each other in situations like this, if we can replace these people with Blabs and that weird Roblox.
How about no? That is harassment.
She can fix them. It's okay.
Not him. He's beyond
Oh.
fixing. There's a ton of Seduce Me's on Steam, but not that one. So you got Seduce Me the Otome, Seduce Me the Complete Story, Seduce Me 2 the Demon War, and then it's like just another day, Seduce Me Otome CD. And
I
then
feel
there's
like
a whole bunch
half
of them.
of Steam and the Nintendo store is this kind of shit.
Right, right. I'm
Wait,
with you on that.
Nintendo has like risque games on it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, maybe not super sexualized, but like dating sims. There's a bunch on there,
Huh.
and they're quite highly
I had no
priced
idea.
too, because people will pay the money to get them. You know.
This has been a very
Why date for real
educating
when you do it in a
segment.
video game?
I'm just saying, I feel like there's an opportunity here that we're definitely not hitting, and maybe we do need to get into the point and click seduce me genre. Maybe
Was
that'll
the
be
pun of hitting and on purpose?
No, absolutely not. Six String came in with the 1999, says thoughts and prayers for Lady Desiree and that she has a speedy recovery. Not only is she an endearing person, but a gifted pianist who let her fiery passion burn bright on every kick stream. Drop by and make 2025 her year. Yeah, Des was going to be on the show today, but she is sick. And yes, obviously we're hoping for a speedy recovery for Des. And she is a phenomenal pianist. That's pianist, guys. Thank you so much, Six Strings. Greatly appreciate the support. Speedy Cake came in and says, I'm starting to wonder how so many streamers could get sick at the same time, because Kirsha was calling people for New Year's on stream, and like 90% were sick basically the same day as Craig. I don't know. I for me, it was like just a 3-hour stomach bug. I just needed a little bit of rest, and I was okay. But yeah. Are you
Everyone's been sick though, or like on vacation or something this week. Yeah, understandable. It's New Year's.
Yeah, apparently it's been going around. New
Is it
York
only
Giants
affecting
fan.
streamers?
Yeah, they actually got a bug from the computer.
Weird. New York Giants fan came in, says, well, Blabs, I'll let you read that real quick.
All right. Did you hear about the guy that created the knock knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize.
Hey! Hey, bada boom.
Why do you go Italian on me? Why do you do that?
Hey, bada boom. Hey, bada boom. Hey. Yes, no, maybe so?
No.
No, okay. All right. Just saying.
Papa the boopy.
That's right.
Jesus.
Yep.
Que cosa?
Exactly.
Blabs, why don't you keep on reading those yellow ones right here.
Okie dokies. Assy says, Blabs, I'm American, but knew what has been going on in the UK for nearly a decade. If you want to know more about the subject, honestly, I don't want to be depressed. But thank you for the suggestion, aka Carl Benjamin. Thank you very much, Assy. New York Giants fan says, why was the cow spying on another cow? It was on a stakeout.
Hey, bada boom. Hey, bada boom.
You hurt me.
Forget about it.
Hey.
Hurt me. And Angela gave the membership. Thank you very much, Angela.
Let's go. All right. Hey, look at this. Gokai says, so you might say that 1080p is your New Year's resolution. Hey, bada boom!
Wow.
Okay. Listen, the more jokes, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. The higher the super chat, the worse joke, the more Italian I get.
So we can actually have a conversation then? By the time you're done, you'll be fluent?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna be
Okay.
saying all the Italiano words, talking about marinara and spaghetti and all this stuff.
You know, I bought my dad a t-shirt
Parmigiano.
that says make marinara legal again instead of marijuana. It's make marinara legal again. It's like a giant tomato on his shirt and everything. He's
Nice.
not actually Italian too. That's the best part.
Your dad's not Italian?
No, my mom is. She's
okay.
from Italy. Like my dad's fluent and speaks Italian because he went to college in Italy, but he's not actually Italian.
Thank you, Dwight. Appreciate that. Nick Braun says, keep going. We're going to do our best. Rod came in and says, Bill Goldberg put more effort into selling than Craig said when he said a woman could be president if she's qualified. What are you talking about, Rod? I firmly believe that. What are you talking about?
So I'm more Italian than you, Blabs.
No, I'm 50% and then a 100% citizen. Suck it.
Bada boom!
He's like, damn it. Now I need that
Janice!
citizenship.
Janice came in and says, Happy New Year. Best wishes and prosperity to all the normal men in 2025. Janice, great to see you. Hopefully all is well. AC came in and says, I won't believe it until I see an official announcement. Valve has to prove to me that they can count to 3. We'll get to the Half-Life 3 rumors in just a little bit. Sonic LP5 says, along the way. Yes,
No, you gotta go. Do you know the way?
No.
Okay.
Luigi, Ed says, what is white Ronaldo Nazario doing here?
Which Which
Don't
one of
know.
us is Ronaldo?
Brazilian soccer player? Oh, it must be Roddy. That's hilarious.
Pull it up side by side. Let's see. Hey,
It's Roddy, clearly not John.
Let's do a side by side of Roddy and Ronaldo.
Hang on, let me
Here.
pull up a nice image. Let's see.
great.
Oh my god, bro! That's kind of funny.
Let's go. Wait, hold on. Why does it?
I don't have
Interesting haircut.
You don't have the you don't have the haircut, but that's just hilarious. Like,
Oh
what
my
is the
gosh.
hair? Bro, kinda.
Let's go. OG
Roddy
Ronaldo.
Brazilian now.
What?
Looking
You're
good.
a Brazilian player now.
Hey, give it up for Animated Andy. Animated Andy came in with two little, wonderful little supports. Thank you very much, Animated Andy. Appreciate that. Impulse's random thought: remake Evil Dead, fistful of boomstick on the for the PlayStation 2 era, but in the style of Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Ooh, that would be fun. That'd be fun for sure. Worthy One says, did anyone see the Italian Husky video?
Yeah.
No. What is that? What should I know about that?
It's a husky with an Italian accent. He's like,
Oh yes, I've seen that. It's really hilarious.
That's funny, yeah.
Oh, good.
You've
Well,
not seen that, Craig? Let me see if I can find the video for you.
I'm
Just keep going.
Okay, sounds good. Well, while we do that, let's just smoothly transition. Oh, by the way, I put a new super chat goal in just now. We've been doing the 550s. We're gonna do 10 20s or no 20 10s. How's that? And that way the pickle will sing today. I don't know. We'll just see if it works. And we're just throwing out these arbitrary goals. And we'll see what happens. You know, we'll figure out what works. It's ultimately y'all show. You guys know what's good and what's not. But let's get into it, lady and gentlemen. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. All right. I think the first thing we're going to do is start off talking about dogs speaking Italian.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the dog. We're just gonna let it play.
Ma che vuoi? Rispondi a questi cattivi. Bravo, ma che vuoi? Diglielo. Ah, che sono cattivi. Dici, tu sei troppo educato. Siediti. Siediti, fai vedere quanto sei educato. E vai, siediti.
He sounds exactly like me.
Siediti. Seduto? Ah, fai vedere. Bravissimo.
That's exactly how I sound when I speak dog.
Yes, totally.
Legendary video. I love that.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome. Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Well, we always like to start off. Well, not always, but we do like to start off with big wins. And I think we've all had the idea of, well, what if we just started doing like one push-up a day and we added one every day for every day of the year? You'd be super, super cut up and strong by the end of the year. Well, some guy in Argentina did that in 2024, except he did it with chin-ups, the pull-ups, I guess. I guess that's the chin-up, and this is the pull-up, right? Chin-up is this way, and you first and foremost, I think it should be established. Blabs, can you do a chin-up?
I could in my previous youth.
But
I
not
have
anymore?
no idea if I can right now.
No.
I don't think so. I'm terrible with pull-ups. Women don't really have the upper strength. It's more the legs.
Okay. Can you do a squat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I plank every day.
Can normal men in the chat, you guys, how many of y'all, and let's be honest about this, how many of y'all can do a pull-up right now? I don't think I can do it, and this is sad to say, I don't think I can do a full pull-up all the way down, all the way up.
It's rough.
You start here, like I'm talking full extension, right here, where you're here.
Well, you're so tall, you don't even have to like lift off the ground, right? You just kind of stand there.
You got to bend your knees and like, let them hang for a certain way so you can actually do it, depending upon how high the bar is.
So I weigh 230 pounds, right? And for me, like a full chin up for me is here, you're at the bar, all the way down, like full extension and all the way up, right? I can do one of those with like 30 or 40 pounds added to, if you get on one of those chin up things and they add weight to make it easier for you, I can do it like that. And I think if I was to cut weight, I could do it. I was doing probably eight or nine back during COVID when everyone was all getting all cut up and shredding stuff. I don't know. Can you guys do any chin ups?
Yeah, I can do like 5 or 7. So I lift weights every day, just
Yeah?
about every day.
I lift
And
things up and put them down.
I used to do them because I had one that sort of sits on your door frame like a pull-up bar. But you can break your fucking neck on those if you're not careful. Like, because they can, if you like pull up and you like go back down, it can like detach from the frame and then fall off, and then you fall backwards. And so I got kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of using them, I was just like, ugh, I'll just
They're not
omit
that
one
safe,
from my
no.
routine. Yeah.
Well,
You got like, you can get them like ones that bolt into the frame. I don't have one of those, but those are much safer to use.
Well, maybe my goal should be able to do 366 by the end of the year, because that's what this guy did over in Argentina. And this was the final day. This is on December 31st. And at first, you're going to look at this and be like, that's really impressive. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, let's just kind of take a glance. Let's see what you guys think about this. Okay. First and foremost, was he doing chin-ups there?
He wasn't correct in the form until the last one. But it's like 366 of them later, so like obviously he's gonna be fucking tired.
Yeah, the form needs work, but if you're doing that many, like Blabs was saying, yeah, it's understandable that you sort of
Your form
it's a little
comes
flaky
out.
towards
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
Steven over here, not even a full rep. Ugh. Okay, but here's the thing. I don't think it even matters, because watch what happens here. He's got all these people surrounded. This guy's over here. You can't even believe what he's looking at.
He's like
here.
in love.
What is happening? Oh my gosh. Okay, so watch this. Like
tired.
This is pretty awesome. He's got these people hanging out around him. He's surrounded by his friends. But wait,
There's more.
he's exhausted. Look at this. What? There's like, look at all those people down there watching this guy
Thousands of
do.
people.
That's the craziest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. All these people watching this dude
Smoke
doing
and
push-ups.
Yeah. It's a big crowd for pull-ups.
And Argentinians love their pull-ups, man. That's crazy. This must be a South American thing down there.
It's like the kind of audience you'd expect if there's a new pope that's like announced.
Yeah.
But it's like for pull-ups.
Wow, that is awesome. Here you go. This guy's there, bored and bored.
Apparently the economy's doing better right now, so
Yeah. Wow, that's nuts. Let's finish this off. This guy's going crazy over here. So like, I don't. There's a lot. I got a lot to say about this. This is pretty. I think this is pretty cool, right? You got a guy who set a goal at the beginning of the year, and it took him 365 days to accomplishment. Whatever the form is, the fact that he went through and did it, and other people were along for the ride the entire time, and that word about this got passed around to the point to where they filled an entire town square with thousands of people looking to see this guy do 366 chin-ups. That's like peak man right there. He's surrounded by his friends. He's got family around. He did some sort of physical activity. That's awesome. I love everything about that.
well, I mean, you've got to do something. You know, this is the beginning of the year. We might as well set some goals. You know, for not just like whether it be exercise or trying to make more money or get more subscribers or whatever you're out to do, you go and get. And that is something that you guys say all the time. So
Got to go get it.
You might not think you're good at it either, but you can really surprise yourself if you just commit and do what you can each day. Like when I first started doing push-ups after like not exercising for a long time, I could only do like 10, 15. Now I can do like 45, 50.
Let's go.
Like,
Man.
and it didn't take too long either for that to happen. You just got to stick with it.
Well, good stuff, man. I love everything about that. And you see, like here's another good example of like dudes' transformations. Like you can do this. We all can do this. Look at this guy. 2.5 years later. Check this out. Boom! That's peak masculinity right there. Right, Blabs?
Oh yeah.
You into
when I
this?
was at my heaviest, I was at 350 pounds at my heaviest, and I lost 120 pounds in a year.
Nice.
You know, I put some back on since then, like since my daughter, you know, my kids were born. You know, need to get myself back in shape again. But at the time, I was in phenomenal shape, and you know, like so, it can be done if you put yourself to it. You can set a goal for yourself and go for it. You know, and just keep going.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, congratulations. Keep going, man. Let's do it again. You guys want to set a goal together right now? Some camaraderie goal. Right now, we can do it. We can all work together right now. Who's gonna do it with me? I don't know what the goal is, but who's gonna do it? Let's go.
What's the goal?
I don't know, but we're gonna do it.
Let's do it. What? I don't know, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Doesn't matter. Let's go. Well, we'll figure that out later.
Get my kids to beat Mario 1.
Your kid, my 10-year-old beat Mario 1, but she uses the save and rewind feature.
Okay.
It's kind of it's one of those where it's like, I don't know how I feel about that.
No, my kids are not using save states, but they can get to. My daughter can get to, you know, like around, you know, get to World 4 without, you know, straight through without using warp zones, and then she like gets around World 4, and then she has a hard time.
What do you think about warp zones, Craig? You think that's a fair game?
What is this, Dougie Fresh? How dare you?
It's so mean.
How dare you? What my thoughts on war zones, on warp zones? My thought is that they are in the game, so they're legit. Right. They're a part of the game. If it's like glitches and stuff, I don't know. I'm not a huge like glitch guy, but you know, I think some glitches are fun. I don't like those people who play Mario 64 and beat Mario 64 in 37 seconds by doing exploits. That's not like real to me. You know, it's like you find an exploit. You know, I don't think that can be officially called a speed run because there's not a whole lot going on in it. I think it's neat, but that's not really my thing. Now, if it's built into the game, I think that's totally fair game, and it's meant to be used on purpose. So, but there is something very wonderful about going through and beating a game like Mario 1 level by level all the way through. Yep. Which I did multiple times during our Mario Funathon. Not too long ago. So
love doing that with Mario 3 and Mario World.
Every level?
Every level.
And
all 96 exits on Mario World. You know, doing the special world at the end. You know, or Mario 3, like not using the cloud on like the hard ones, like some of the World 8 Fortress, where you have to go through all the doors in and out like that fortress is a pain. You know,
that's goal. See, that's what I'm saying. We should bring back Blabs versus, and I think
you liked having your blood pressure tested like that?
Listen, it's about the story.
Like you had a bucket.
You should have seen my kids playing Mega Man 1 though. Like that was a lot of fun to watch them really get angry and frustrated.
Man,
or me yesterday playing Star Fox 64.
So in the original Mega Man, and I'm almost ashamed to say this, but I was probably 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I was over at my buddy's house, Andy. Andy had Mega Man, the original Mega Man. I'd never heard of it before. Put it in, played it. I remember starting the game on Cutman stage because that's where the cursor starts. Yeah. It starts on Cutman. So most people start on Cutman. Roddy, I kid you not, the first time I played Mega Man, I died at the first guy because he just keeps going and he's swooping back at you. And that's my like lasting memory of Mega Man 1 was like, oh shit, this is a video game right here. And I'm going to get my butt kicked. And Mega Man 1 is notoriously hard. Now, not so notoriously hard you die in the first level or the first person you face, but that's just because it was a skill level. But I can proudly say that I shoot that guy every time I see him now. That I'm
every
43.
Time. Yeah. I played Mega Man 2 first and played it and beat it, and then got Mega Man 1 before Mega Man 3 came out, and then I got Mega Man 3, and I was like so happy to get Mega Man 3. So
those classics, man, they're good stuff. But I think it would be fun, Blabs, for you to go back and play like the original Super Mario Brothers and to see how well you could do, because you never played the original Super Mario Brothers, have you?
No, I haven't.
Right. So that's why I think it's important for us to do this. People need to see
The
you
blood
grow.
pressure rising. They need to see your stress bucket come back.
The therapy bucket would come back for sure in a major way. But
Yeah.
we'll figure that out. But there's so many games that would be wonderful for you to play for the first time, and games that everybody would be doing exactly what I'm doing, where I'm like, "What are you doing?" The entire time. But it'd be great.
Or it's fun with somebody who's unskilled, and you put the 30-man code in for Contra, so that this way that you can play with them.
Yes.
And then you go play one player Contra without putting the 30-man code in and actually beat the game without using a continue.
Up, down, down, left, right, BA start. That's right. Shane over on Rumble says, I miss the days when we made Craig cry when he was playing video games. Listen, one of my goals this year is to play more games on stream. So we're gonna make sure that I know dude over on Rumble's like, Craig doesn't play games anymore. Listen, we've been growing over here. We've been working on things over here. But I want to get back and I want to play some games with you guys. So we're going to do that.
It's boobies time.
What is?
Why? Because over on local, Zim sent a $50 tip.
What? Let's go, Zim.
And he says, it's hard to find time to watch live and completely forget I had a 1-year subscription on locals. Well, at least I can use the last 3 months. Here's some shekels to make up for the warm ramen I left in your sock drawer.
Weird, but thanks for that.
I wish I read that before I read that. Anyway, thank you.
Zim, love that.
Thank you for the 50.
Great to see you, buddy. You're my boy. Love Zim. All right. Rudd says, did you hear about the Italian chef? He passed away. Bada boom!
Christ.
Gleave Knight says, pain make chat happy. Figuratively dance our funny media clowns dance. Anyways, best wishes, my American strangers. Know your nationality don't matter. Reject your reality and substitute with my own. Khalif Knight, thank you very much. That's a lot of words that I could hardly spit out. By the way, I want to point out, after the show today, Blabs, I have something that I'm very excited to get. You guys better get your crazy words in today, because after tomorrow, no dice. I'm getting glasses today. Nearsighted glasses, so I can read the
That's right.
screen
You
better.
said that weeks ago you'd be getting glasses.
That's right. I got a text today saying they're in, so I'm going to get glasses. I'm getting some glasses, so when it's time to read super chats and such, I'll be able to read them clear as day. Because
Wow. So when you're still unable to read them, what will be the excuse, though?
that's the glasses' fault.
Right.
I'm
Winterfell
hoping
came
they're
in
like
says-
Millhouse's glasses, or like really black, thick frame glasses, like Bart Simpson wears. when he's, like,
Yeah.
in
Or
Big
what's his face's name?
They kind of
Urkel.
are. They kinda are.
yeah.
You need some Urkel glasses.
That's right. My brother said it looked like Rachel Maddow.
Shit.
Wow.
You're a woman, Craig.
Oh my God. Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get a lot of this over the next couple days. And that's fine.
Loud and proud.
That's right.
Loud and proud nerd, baby.
Yeah, Four
All the
Eyes
action
Squad.
figures all the way up here.
Winterfell says, tickle me with the pickle. Thank you, Winterfell. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to do our best to get that goal today. We're at 3 right now. 3. Thank you very much, Winterfell. AC came in with another one. Says, who is the Roblox streamer everyone is talking about in the chat? Blabs, what did you do? Did you break someone's heart or something? Yes.
Nothing. I did nothing.
Mm-mm.
I exist, okay?
Yeah. And Boss says, hey, John, get yourself a power tower, large frame thingy designed for dips and pull-ups. No risk of falling and breaking your neck.
So I guess that's mounted to the floor or something.
Yeah.
If it's a tower, I haven't heard of that, so that's interesting.
I think it's just a normal like arm machine setup rig.
Power
Okay,
tower.
right. Yeah, with a base. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are safe.
This is Pull-up Pope confirmed. Thanks, Jeremy. Khalif Knight says, Craig, sounds like you have a sense off honor here, or maybe of. Well, listen, I'm not the one playing the games. My daughter is. And if that's the way she's going to, if she needs to get through the games with save states, that's fine. That's built into the game. That's the thing. That's where I go back to. The new versions of the game that they release with that, it's there for a reason. So I'm okay with it. It's part of the game now. And that's the way.
You still got to put yourself on limits so this way that you can say like you've accomplished something, you know? So
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Luigi Ad came in and says, by the way, Ronaldo is the best, as one of the best players in Brazil, and the world has.
Pele would like a word with you, bro.
And the OJ Ronaldo, not CR7, and World Cup winner. Let's go. Thanks, Luigi. Appreciate that. Felt Step says, remember, Craig, 4 eyes are better than 2. Well, I'm going to learn that real quick. I can't wait. It's going to be great. All right, let's keep moving on. We're talking about all these health goals throughout the year, 2025. We got these pull-up goals, these push-up goals. We're doing dips. We're doing all sorts of stuff. We're going to do jumping jacks. You know what we're not going to do? We're not going to be drinking Coke. Because did you hear about the new study from the University of Michigan? Let's play the Price is Right game. Have you guys seen this yet? Did you guys see it in the run sheet?
I've seen the title. I've not clicked on it.
Okay. This is a new study out of Michigan, and the study reveals that every can of Coca-Cola that you drink can take away X minutes of your life. Okay? So the question is, what does X equal? Let's play the Price is Right game. Chat, you're first. John, every Coke that you drink takes away X minutes of your life.
10.
10. All right. Roddy?
Let's say 15.
15 minutes of your life. Blabs?
1 hour.
1 hour of your life. Oh my gosh. Well, according to this study at the University of Michigan, every single can, 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola that you drink takes away 12 minutes of your life. So every ounce of Coke that you have depletes your life by 1 minute. That's crazy if that's true, which how do you know it's true? Who knows?
How do they test that out? Like, how did they come to this conclusion?
Drink a Coke or a Dr. Pepper or something every single day, and they live into their 90s. You know, I mean,
yeah, but the 90s was different than today's Coca-Cola. Back then, stuff was made out of like pure cane sugar, and it was a lot healthier for you than today's, was just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Even the no sugar ones are just filled with other alternatives that are really unhealthy.
It can come down to genetics too. So people who chain smoke their whole lives, but they live till like 90 or 100.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you never know.
What's interesting about this is the University of Michigan, where this was had, actually has a long history, very, very interesting relationship with Coca-Cola. Because according to the New York Times, back in 2005, and I'm not going to sign up for this website, but I'll share it with you anyways. The University of Michigan became the 10th college to join the boycott of Coke. So they boycotted Coke. And this was in 2005, December 31st, so the final day of 2025. Or 2005, and then just 4 months later, they then ended the boycott. So obviously didn't last very long. But this part of this study, they studied some other foods as well, including hot dogs and cheeseburgers and fish, certain types of fish. Let's play the Price is Right game with breakfast sandwiches and eggs. These are two of the same breakfast sandwiches and eggs. They have found to subtract X number of minutes from your life. Eggs, for every egg that you have in your life. Blabs, how quickly are you going to die?
I love sandwiches. Oh my God. Okay. 10 minutes.
Okay, Roddy?
I'm going to say 5.
Okay, and John?
Yeah, 5.
The correct answer for both breakfast sandwiches and eggs is 13 minutes.
Worse than Coca-Cola?
What's that?
Sorry, but complete bull. They're finding now that eggs are, eggs can raise your cholesterol and you're going to get heart problems and stuff like that. They're finding now that eggs, actually, if you do eat eggs every single day, it does help your the good cholesterol, right?
Yeah.
So it's straight up BS. This is more so. This is coming from somebody who is a vegetarian or vegan, and they want to try and prevent people from eating eggs and fish and steak and beef and all that kind of stuff. No. It's a cancer on society to do that. We are omnivores.
Propaganda.
We have teeth that are designed to eat meat and vegetables. So yes, we are supposed to eat both.
Yeah, that's wild. Sorry, I just find this to be like those people who are writing articles saying you're right wing if you go to the gym. Same shit.
That shit is stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this is there is no information about who funded this study, and I think that's
It was
actually
PETA.
like
They
that's actually
did
very
it.
important. But just for giggles here, they say every hot dog removes 36 minutes from your life. A Coke is 12. Cheeseburgers, like they're saying, a cheeseburger is better than an egg. Okay.
Wow. Okay. They're going to say eggs are going to kill you faster than drinking a can of Coke. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to call complete total BS on there. This is, again, it's a skewed, study designed to try and get more people not to eat eggs, not to
Eat healthy.
mind you, over an amount of consumption of sugar is not good for you, and we all know this.
Right.
But come on, bacon, steak, meat, like, come on, we're supposed to eat.
This was brought to you by Pfizer, so you can get on the big pharma, and so
Right.
you can be on medication because you have terrible eating habits, but they don't want to tell you to go on a diet. They want to
The
fill you up with pills and
multi-billion dollars that
drugs.
they make for all of the
I'm
drugs that
calling
they
it.
put out. There is a reason why that is called the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, right? Why?
Mhm.
Because it is quite literally try to get you to eat the food that they tell you to eat, so that this way you can get on healthy and get on the drugs that they tell you to take.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, if anybody was to say that, they'd just be a crazy conspiracy theorist. What are you talking about, Roddy? You're just insane. I've said this before. People talk about like your red pill moment. For me, I think the red pill moment for me was seeing the food pyramid. I've said this on the show before.
Yeah.
When you look at the food pyramid from the 90s, and it's like, use fats and oils and sweets, use sparingly. But on the bottom, it's like, eat all the bread you want. Eat all the bread. 6 to 11 servings a day of bread. It's like, eat all of the carbs. And by the way, only have 2 to 4 servings of fruit and vegetables. And like, this is just silly to me that, well, just eat all the bread. Okay. And we all know
They were
that.
still doing that when I was in school too. So like early 2000s, they still had this. I remember they were like drilling it into our heads, saying, "This is what you have to do."
Before the pyramid, if you remember, it was the 4 food groups, and then it became the pyramid. So,
Right.
Yep.
Well, this is amazing to see. And I think that it is important to see who and where, who funded that study, which, I'm sure we can find the information out.
Pfizer. Cough, cough.
Definitely. And yeah.
I mean, stuff like eggs being on that list is bullshit, but I mean, it's good to cut out sugar when you can. Like, I stopped drinking soft drinks years ago, and I'm glad that I cut it out. And so much of health and fitness and weight loss just comes down to diet and eliminating sugar. Sugar does so much in terms of like making you gain weight and being unhealthy. So,
well, you hear about these people who had cancer and they just removed sugar from their diet, and the idea, and once again, I'm not giving medical advice, but you see these stories where people who eliminate cancer also eliminated sugar from their diet, because sugar almost feeds into said cancer based off of things you see on the internet. You don't know if it's true or not, but I think it's common sense, right? Remove the sugar, improve your health. Yeah, seems pretty basic. So, Bike Shorts Senpai says, "Oh no, it means you shortened my life by 20 years." That's right. That was the one thing about, there's a lot of people who were, there's a lot of pictures there being like, well, I must be dead here, responding to this. Luigi says, "I died in 1889 then." There you go. Uh-oh. New York Giants fan came in and says, "Darker than my last 2 jokes, but I think the people here would enjoy it. What do Pink Floyd and Princess Diana have in common?"
Oh. Well, you can also add the plane that landed in South Korea too. Then
That's horrible.
Their greatest hit was The Wall. Oh.
That's horrible.
Bada boom, man! New York Giants fan. There, sorry. A little dark. That's all right. Hey, thank you so much, New York Giants.
woo.
Amanthi says, "This study sounds like it was conducted by vegans and weirdos who want us to eat bugs." Correct. Winterfell says, "I watched a documentary last night about how pickles are made. It was jarring." Hey!
I like that one. That one's good.
That's a good one.
Let's go. Rudd
That
says,
was a good one.
Who really? Yeah, that's right. Who really built the food pyramid, Joe Rogan? That's right.
It's time for boobies because Zim sent another $50 over on locals. And he's got Spider-Man meme included. He says, sorry, I'm multitasking, so a little delayed for this question, but since we all want Craig to cry, are you going to finally play XCOM like you said you would like 3 to 4 years ago? Probably not up your alley. You don't like turn-based games, but the people want you to cry.
That is something that people really do enjoy, is watching me sob over video games. But listen, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best, Sam. I make no promises of XCOM, but there are plenty of other games to enjoy for sure. Ian came in with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go, Ian. Blabs, what do you got to say to Ian? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got Kirsha jumping up and down for the 10 gifties. There you go. That's wonderful.
There you go. I didn't know what to say. So besides the ooh-woos, I just thought Kershaw would be funny too. So,
right. Reggie says, Craig only plays kids games. That's right. Yes. You're playing a baby's toy. All right. This part of our show, apparently, it just says Blabs rants about Lilo. Speaking of kids games. This says Blabs rants about Lilo and Stitch PlayStation 1.
Yes. Okay, so I was playing.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Blabs.
Yes.
We are 51 minutes into our show today.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a game that was released in 2002.
Yes.
For the PlayStation.
Yes.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Okie dokie. So basically, guys, I've been doing like this whole thing about wanting to play all the PlayStation 1 games on stream with everybody. And so I've been using like DuckStation emulation to play them all. So I did the whole run through of Tarzan. That was really, really fun. So I was like, the next one I'm going to try is Lilo and Stitch. Oh my God, it's like the worst game ever. I was going to do like part 1, part 2. No, there's only a part 1 of part 1. I'm not continuing this game. It is absolute garbage. Let me tell you that. The hitbox is a nightmare. She just falls over and cries and dies. So this is the very end of the level. You see, like it says the arrows right there. That's how you continue. I beat the challenge. I got all 4 and then she just dies. She just dies right before you end the level, and so I rage quit last night. Really pissed me off. Enjoy.
Blabs, I have a solution here.
Don't die, get good, whatever the fuck it is, get a better hitbox. I understand.
Don't hit the lobster when the
But
lobster's
I didn't even
next to you.
touch her. I used the voodoo thing.
Blabs.
Well, it's supposed to be the voodoo thing, but didn't work.
Look, I know that myself, John, Roddy, and all the normal men watching this right now clearly see that you hit the lobster here. Look at this. Clear hit.
What?
You see, there it is right there.
There's a
Clear hit.
right there for you.
Right there. Everybody sees it,
Man,
Blabs.
that hitbox is huge.
Unbelievable that you'd bring this up on the show. I can't believe that you
Dude, this freaking hitbox is fucking huge. It drives me insane. It kept happening. And then, like, she's supposed to, like, kill things with a voodoo doll thing. Like, that's her thing. Doesn't actually work half the time, so I was just dying every other 5 seconds in this game yesterday, and I was just done. Like, I was wearing my Lilo and Stitch bucket hat. I was ready to go. I was having a good time.
See, look, everybody sees it.
What?
Everybody sees it. See, there.
I am wearing my glasses called contacts.
Everybody sees it. I don't even like.
What are you talking about?
Clear hit. Look, it's a landslide. And
You guys are just trolling me here. This is the freaking. She just sits down and cries.
No. Just look at this. The chat.
Yeah, good. That's done. It was right before the level ended.
I'm with Blabs. There's no visual contact between the lobster and the girl, but the way it makes sense.
Okay, so John is no longer on the show.
Just put John backstage. I'm bringing him back. John didn't even realize he was backstage. He was just talking still.
What? I was backstage?
Yes, Craig booted you when you defended me.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Sorry.
Yeah, don't apologize. Craig's just being a douchebag and just booed you for defending me. I appreciate you, John.
Listen, I don't understand, John. What are you looking at here? Because I clearly all I see is connection between a lobster and Lilo here. Look, clear connection right here. Look at this. You see the hitbox.
Not on the visual layer, but on an invisible collision layer. That you're basically just have 2 big cubes, and they're going to intersect in some way. And as soon as they do, it's like an instant death, right? So I like when you understand how games work, you see stuff like that and you can understand it. But like
It's just
on the
awful.
visual layer should align with the collision layer, so there is no instances like that where you feel like you got conned, right?
See?
Well,
And that was my rant. PlayStation 1 hitbox were shit back in the day.
Blabs,
we can go back even further. Street Fighter 1 arcade.
No, listen, Roddy, I know
Hitbox
you
detection in that is abysmal.
agreed. But we can all agree here that Blabs clearly hit the lobster. Apparently everybody could see it's ridiculous.
I want to call out some bullshit here. Why are you not subscribed to my second YouTube channel, Craig?
I didn't know you had a second channel, if I'm being totally honest with you. I looked down and I was like,
awful.
well, I don't know. Here, Blabs, let me go ahead and do that really quick.
He's like, as soon as he pulls it away, guys, he's gonna unsubscribe.
You gotta leave the comment and you gotta say it was a clean hit.
Get good, scrub.
Yep, they will do that. All right, let's go and move on. Blabs, I'm glad we can work through that with you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try Mulan next. I'm just going through all the Disney ones.
Quickly on the collision stuff, I was playing through the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition recently, and they remastered all the geometry, but the collision layer is the same as the old game, and they don't match up. So if you like try to peek around corners and shoot enemies, sometimes your bullets will like catch in midair because you're shooting geometry that you can't see that's actually there on the collision layer. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, man. Because you want to be able to like take cover behind corners and like just peek out just barely just so you have a line of sight. And it's like, that feels broken to me. Like, it sucks when they fuck up that.
There's a game like this. That's 22, 23 years ago now that game was released, right? 2.5 decades ago. There's going to be, to put that in perspective, you know, that's less time between video games really taking off in the world and that game existing to right now, right? So about 18 years ago, I always say like the video game industry really kind of took off in like 1985. That's when like the NES was released in the United States. So that was 18 years between the release of that, or 17, whatever, and it's been 20 something years. I'm okay with some things not working properly in games that are in a still newish area. And to be clear, Blabs clearly hit the lobster. We all understand that. Bullet Shepherd says eggs are the healthiest thing you can eat. About 8 grams of entire amino acid profile in one egg. Eat more eggs and meat. Lift. And war crime of vegan. Thanks, Bullet Shepherd. Appreciate that.
Shit.
Damn right.
Now, can we just complain about vegans for like 2 seconds?
Put it out there twice.
That's right. Thank you so much, Bullet Shepherd. That's a double message right there. Double message.
Can we complain about vegans for a second? Like, some of them are nice, right? Like they don't impose their thoughts on you, but some of them are just downright idiotic and uneducated, and uninformed. And I'm like, go to a farm, you fuckhead. Anyway, it's fine. The end.
There you go. That's good. Yeah. Thank you, Blabs.
You're welcome.
It's good. Crazy D says, speaking of sobbing, Craig, bring back side scrollers plays. Bring in some games to play. So
I want him to play Lilo and Stitch now. You play with the lobster.
Listen, I'm giving you a guarantee I will not be hit by the lobster like you very clearly did. Blabs.
Bro, that game was shit. Shit.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
Chrono Trigger.
She says, has anyone else ever noticed how movie tie-in games have basically died as a genre? When did this ever happen? That's a good thing to point out. You're actually really good insight right there, Tanishi. Movie tie-in games. Don't see those a whole lot.
There's a lot less of them now, yeah.
Yes.
Occasionally they'll still be.
Someone said that in the chat last night, saying I miss when games were released that were like, you know, compared to the movie. And it's true. Think about all of the early 2000 movies, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Disney. They all had like companion games. Now, nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine like a John Wick or James Bond, which they just canceled for Lego.
Oh, that'd be spectacular.
Oh. James Bond, but like with all the actual cool graphics of today, if they can manage that, you know, without being stupid.
That'd be good.
I think more broadly, there used to be a lot of like collectathon type games that would often be the movie type. The movie tie-in genre, and you don't see much of those a lot either. They sort of collect all the coins sort of thing, like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, you know. unless they're like remastered old games.
Matthew says, I find it intriguing that despite a high-carb diet, Italian diet, which includes many sweets, people appear healthier than in North America. My mother believes this is due to the freshness of Italian ingredients.
Well, also that, but like in America, a lot of things are legal where they're not legal in Europe. Because shout out to the U.S. government. So like, we can use Tic Tacs, for example. Everybody knows what Tic Tac is. They do all the colors in the food coloring in America. So like an orange Tic Tac is actually orange. In Europe, it's white. They don't add these extra colorings to it because marketing. So yeah, they want us dumb and stupid and fat.
Dumb, stupid, and fat.
Yes.
All Americans.
Didn't I say before, the FDA is designed for the
shout
Food
out.
and Drug Administration. So
Ian says, this is why lobsters are boiled alive, to shrink the hitbox.
That's right.
Brilliant. Hey.
So that's why they do that.
Winterfell says, are these jokes pickling your funny bone? Hey, pickling, not tickling. Thank you, Winterfell. Appreciate that. By the way, we are halfway to our goal, 10 of 20 for the yellow supers today. That's
giggity,
cool. Giggity. All right, let's move on. I love myself a good time capsule. I don't know if you guys saw this passed around. This has 37 million views over on X. But this person over here, he's a pastor in Missouri, I guess, and he has found himself his Crayola year 2000 time capsule. So he opened it up over on X. He had a Crayola box. He wrapped it up, put time capsule on it. I love these type of things. Love everything about this. So let's take a step back. We're going to go through and look at some of the things that are in this. Blabs, you were a baby here.
I was 4 in 2000.
So this will be very interesting to see.
School in 2000.
Okay. John, what do you think when you think the year 2000?
2000? Jeez. I don't know. Original Xbox and console LAN parties and shit. And I'm thinking a lot of like sort of toys and stuff, but that's like 90s stuff that I'm thinking of, like Pogs and shit. That was before. I can't really think of like 2000s toys. I don't really think of like
Hasbro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what was in this Crayola themed 2000 time capsule from the year 2000. Let's see what he got here. So he opens it up. Inside it, first thing he has is AIDS and the new epidemic.
Wow.
A pamphlet about AIDS, which there we are. And look at how concerned these people, look at how sad everybody looks. That's great.
Look at the daughter.
Yeah, I mean,
they look very concerned. It's like AIDS is coming at them. Like, oh no, there it is.
There it is. Oh, there it is.
Damn.
Did you ever see the Eddie Murphy skit where he talked about it?
No.
No.
I think it was Eddie Murphy. I don't know if it was Delirious or if it was the other one where he like actually talked about the AIDS epidemic, and he like no one knew what like how it spread, and he's like, oh, like they're hanging out with the gays and they're doing this and all that kind of stuff, and it was really raunchy, but
do you see there's a scope on the family, like they're being shot at, like targeted and everything? Some Call of Duty shit right there.
Hold on,
it's AIDS pointing the rifle. It's trying to kill them.
Right. Well, my thought on this was that it wasn't a scope. I thought this was maybe the bottom of the thing down here, maybe perhaps. Like this is kind of what I was thinking, but no, I think you're actually right. I think that is actually a scope.
They're being targeted by AIDS.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Find the nearest minority and scope them out.
Also includes an HIV, alcohol, and drugs pamphlet, an abstinence pamphlet right there. Here is inside the abstinence pamphlet. With wonderful stats like in 1970s, only 4.7% of 15-year-old girls had sex. In the 90s, it was 30%. I guarantee that has gone up dramatically since then. So thank you for that.
Wow.
Are these all pamphlets on AIDS? I was expecting like some Ninja Turtles and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, I haven't really looked through this. I wanted to save it for the show. So
This is an AIDS thing brought to you by Pfizer.
Okay. Listen, time capsule was prepared by Dylan in the year 2000. He's like playing volleyball. Okay. Sounds good. That's good for you, Dylan. The president was Bill Clinton. Vice president was Al Gore. The postage stamp was 33 cents. The latest technology was expensive. Nice.
I did not have relations with that woman.
That's right.
You're
Well,
right.
here we
I
go.
was abstinent the whole time.
Got some pictures of the guy's house. Way to dox himself. We also have a Pokemon advertisement here. Big deal.
What
A
is that? A
Windows-
Windows key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a Living Faith devotional book. So we got a coin, an envelope, and a miraculous medal here.
Happy birthday, Dylan, from to Thomas.
There we go. Okay. From 1877. How cool is that?
That's a nice coin.
That's a nice coin right there. Looks like he says a button from when my mom ran for the school board. Something about allergies and some pogs. There you go. We got some pogs.
Hey.
There you go.
There you go. Look. Oh my gosh. That's scary. Here's your pogs. Nickelodeon school tools. Pogs. So that's pretty fun.
I think Pogs are more of a 90s thing, but I guess they were
definitely
still around in the 2000s for a little bit.
Okay, you can get an icy at Walmart. Here is the receipt for that.
Oh, man.
It was 88 cents for an icy at Walmart. Okay, all right. Not bad. He paid in cash. We got a calculator. We got our book here and stickers, all sorts of stuff. We got a cassette tape.
Ooh, floppy.
Yeah, there you go. So anyways, that's good stuff right there. I thought that was
You
fun.
got the entire brain of Optimus Prime on there.
Really good stuff. He wrote himself a introduction to the future music. This is great. Over the Halloween sounds. He taped over the Hallmark thing with a Blabs. What is this called? Do you have any idea
That's
what
a
this?
floppy.
Okay, all right. 1.4 megabytes. Look at that. That's some serious expensive data.
Five and a quarter were the floppies. They were actually floppy. Those ones were like the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's fun little trip down memory lane in Missouri from the year 2000. The guy was clearly, and he's gone on to become a priest. So all the abstinence and all the talk that he was there and they obviously became a big part of his life. So good on that guy for being a priest and finding that. So you guys got anything about the year 2000 you guys want to share right now in the year 2025?
I mean, I was 4, so not a whole lot was going on.
graduated high school.
2000s, I drifted from toys to electronics, and then I became all about that. Computers and video games and consoles and stuff.
Clearly, I've been a product of both. Never gave up the toys or the video games or any of that stuff. Remained a nerd my entire life. So,
Yep.
Hey, I still make a show about toys. So,
Love that.
36
I
years
still
old.
have my Harry Potter toys from 2000, like all the
this
stuff
bad
by
boy
Mattel.
right here.
Nice.
Little nostalgia for you.
Look at that.
That's sick, dude.
Look at that. Wow.
That one, or this baby right here.
Kit, let's go. It's always
Yep.
toy time when you show up. I love it. Oh, that sound.
You know, I'm gonna press and hold it so I can keep the light going.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Now we're talking.
It's like me when I drive. Are you sure it's the right way?
Oh, Blabs. All right.
I was in my basement recently. I got a whole bin full of like Batman action figures. I'm just like, I can't get rid of these. This is great. Like, just going through them one by one. I was just like, fuck, this is awesome.
Up on
I don't
the
wanna
shelf
sell
right
these.
over here is Optimus Prime riding on the back of Grimlock. You can probably see his sword. You know, there, and I had the other Dinobots there because I was going to take a picture. I was going to post it on social media a little bit later. So I was trying to get it all posed, but Swoop wouldn't stay on the flight stand, so he was in pterodactyl mode and just fell off.
Fucking Swoop. Always
Yep.
Swoop. Damn. All right. So yesterday we talked about Y2K and everything that's going along. You know, remember the sheer panic around Y2K, and we had several.
do.
What's that?
That's the whole thing that Office Space was based on.
Yeah. Which great movie, by the way.
Yes.
But
I love Office Space.
Peter.
Yeah.
when you, what just happened?
After a minute or so, Kit actually will shut off after you hit you turn him on, and then he'll actually shut off. He'll say Kit signing off.
Okay.
So
Well, yesterday we talked about Y2K, and several normal men came in and said, hey, no, it was a real thing, but it got taken care of before Y2K actually hit, right? There was actually some issues, and it was. We talked about what a scare it could potentially be, and the dangers of Y2K, and how we've been hoodwinked several times. But I'll tell you what, this may be the biggest scare of them all. As Cabrutus, founder of DEI Detective, posted this out yesterday, and I don't know if we're ever going to be able to recover from this. As gentlemen, we are 363 days away from the Xbox 360's calendar limit, gentlemen, on the Xbox 360. You can see here, right here, it stops on December 31st, 2025 on the Xbox. This marks me as extremely fearful for what's next in humanity. Will the Xbox 360s all revolt against us upon it turning to January 1st, 2026?
If the thermal paste lasts that long.
Thermal? What is that? What are you talking about?
That's the reason for the red ring of death, was that the thermal paste eventually would wear out in it, and you'd have to change out the thermal paste. And I actually did that with my first Xbox 360 after it red ringed, and then I ended up getting a second one, but we fixed the first one and it was working for a while. So yeah, we just opened it up and took off the heat sink and then put on a new thermal paste, and it worked fine. So
I think as well as thermal paste, there's also an issue with the solder that they used, and that it couldn't deal with fluxes in temperature. So if it went from very hot to very cold to very hot again, the solder had a tough time keeping its form. That's why people would wrap their systems in towels to keep it hot.
Oh yeah, interesting. It's funny you mentioned that, because that was one of our first kind of viral videos back at Screw Attack. Was we got the red ring of death, and we actually wrapped the console in a towel. We heard about this towel trick, and we did that. It was and that video got passed around and got posted on all the blogs and everything. Blabs, did you ever hear about wrapping the Xbox 360 in a towel?
Vaguely. I knew about the red ring stuff, but I never had an Xbox 360. But I didn't know people were wrapping them in towels.
Yes,
That's kind of wild.
That was one of the tricks to get it done.
I actually did the same thing for my PlayStation 3. I have the 60 gig backwards compatible model, the big fat one, and we opened it up, changed out the disk drive, and change out the thermal paste and everything, but it still runs you have to keep that PlayStation 3 well ventilated, otherwise you hear the fan going.
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's awesome. I was gonna see if I can find the red ring video. I got an archive of this stuff from back in the day, but the Xbox 360 was released. So they put a 20-year calendar in it. It was released November 22nd, 2005. John, I'm sure you have some great memories of the Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, I lined up for it. I remember being pissed off though, because one of the launch titles was Perfect Dark Zero, and I was a huge fan of Perfect Dark for N64. I mean, it was that one of the fucking greatest shooter games ever made. So I was just this is going to be great, and it was shit. I thought it was shit. Some people like it. I can't see it
either.
No, that was such a disappointment for me.
Well, hopefully this is not a disappointment for you, as I have found our original Red Ring video from 2007. Would you like to see this video of us doing the Red Ring of? Okay, let's. I don't know if there's copyrighted music in this, but we'll see how this goes. So this is from 2007, when our Xbox 360 had the Red Ring of Death.
Friday, as we all know, our 360 died.
Jose El Mexicano.
Yeah, we gave everybody nicknames, and it was Jose the Mexican.
You should meet Jose Ramirez.
No, Jose Ramirez works a little harder than Jose El Mexicano.
So
no shade.
I'm pretty sad right now. I just finished all my intern work. I have nothing else to do. I don't want to play the PS3 or the Wii because they suck. So we're gonna have to do some drastic things. We're gonna try the towel trick right now. Oh yeah. It says wrap it up with 2 towels, so we're gonna do it with 2 towels, all right? It says 2 towels for 12 minutes, and then turn it off for 15 minutes. So we're gonna try.
No, question.
Yes.
Who was doing these instructions? Like, who figured this stuff out with the towels? Was Microsoft being like, by the way, guys, put around 2 towels and you're good to go?
You just find these things on the internet. I don't know.
So someone randomly just figured it out. Like, this would work.
Yeah.
I think the numbers are a bit arbitrary. The key is keeping the temperature relatively consistent. Yeah.
Yes.
Did Microsoft ever say anything?
Yeah. I remember when the console first came out, I remember looking at the failure rate, and the number was something fucking ridiculous, like high 30s, 40%.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh my God. Like, honestly, this is where gaming sort of felt a little less special to me, because with the next gen of consoles, it felt like all these companies were rushing too much to like be on top and get the next big thing out. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, this feels like these things aren't made to last anymore. It's like you pick them up and you rattle them and they feel sort of like loose. Like the older consoles weren't like that. You pick up a GameCube or a PS2 and it feels fucking solid, you know? But then with the generation after, everything felt like sort of wobbly and loose and, you know, high chance of failure. And it's just like, ugh.
So chat's saying even 50 to 60% in failure.
Yeah, it was a big disaster. And I think had X been around, it would have been destroyed.
So follow-up question for that. Did Microsoft ever fix this issue and like release like a second wave of Xbox 360s that were fixed?
Yes, they did. And apparently it was fixed. Actually, that's the model that I still have.
The fixed version.
And
was there like a difference in like I'd never had a 360, that's why I'm asking all these basic bitch questions.
It looks different. So
yeah.
Huh.
It's a slightly different paint job as well. Like I think originally it had like a silver cap over the front USB ports. And
there you go.
White.
There's a.
Oh, that's the elite version of the 360. Yeah, I think
a little dusty, but
little.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if the towel does indeed work.
Hit the button, dude.
I didn't hit it.
Is it unplugged?
Is it?
Yeah, it is. You unplugged it.
All right, it's been 12 minutes. We're gonna see if it works. Gotta turn it off for 15 minutes now. Please, 360 gods, please let it work. I want to play Halo 2. Come on.
That's such a great. I want to play Halo 2. Come on, man. Halo 3 wasn't.
It's my baby. Oh yeah.
Take the towels off, bitch.
We got.
Interesting.
It worked. It worked. It worked.
That was the most miraculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's like we brought it back from the dead.
I'm so happy.
Halo 2, baby.
Look at the excitement on my face. It worked.
I want to hump it. Like, I want to just pelvic thrust it.
Oh my god!
Blabs,
wow.
If you didn't know, you didn't know. If you weren't there, you weren't there. All right.
Oh,
you learned so much on the internet.
And my Super Nintendo would still work.
Still going strong.
Right.
That Super Nintendo. That's right.
Shit was built to last in the previous gens. Yeah.
Even if the plastic is yellowed.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can all still use our Xbox 360s on January 1st, 2026.
Maybe they'll all combust together.
Made out of Nintendium, as Rumble Hotep says there.
Ah.
I remember thinking at the time of Y2K, like, this is bullshit, isn't it? Like, I part of me was a little concerned because I can understand software not being programmed to like deal with dates post 1999, so I can see some software crashes. But people were talking about like planes falling out of the sky and shit. I was just like, come on.
How many TV shows back then also had like the Y2K like disaster happened and the world was coming to an end in the year 2000?
Yeah,
Yep.
Family Guy,
even-
bunch of
Even
shit. Yeah.
Transformers, like for me being an old school Transformers nerd, you know, the movie takes place in the then future year of 2005. You know, like we're talking now 20 years ago.
Yep.
And we were supposed to have hoverboards, and we were supposed to have shuttles that can fly into space, and you know, portals that can get us places. And man, the 80s had so much great hope for us here in the year 2025.
And here we are watching videos from 2007 about an Xbox 360 being wrapped in towels. All right. Speaking of great hope, let's talk about the great hope that was delivered our way just a little bit ago when it comes to Half-Life 3. Now, let's do a little background here, and let's talk about Half-Life 1 and 2. Now, Half-Life 2 was released in 2004. This is a game that's been a franchise. People consider this one of the best games ever made. John, do you have any a background with Half-Life?
I never played Half-Life 1, but I got 2 when it came out, and it was amazing. Like, because it used the Source engine. The physics were like, it was so fun just toying around with the way objects behave physically. It was just so innovative for the time. Like, I was just mesmerized by that.
Yeah. As you can see, Half-Life 2 was released on Steam November 16th, 2004. It won 39 Game of the Year awards. And like its predecessor, has been cited as one of the most influential first-person shooter games and among the best games ever made. It was ported to the Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, pretty much everywhere. By 2011, it sold 12 million copies. Half-Life 2 was followed by a free extra level, Lost Coast, 2005, and an episodic sequels, Episode 1 and Episode 2 in 2006-2007. All were compiled together and made playable from the base game as of 2024, November 2024. In 2020, after canceling Episode 3 and several further Half-Life projects, Valve released a prequel, which was Half-Life Alyx. That was released. And what's interesting about this is that this has been an ongoing thing in the gaming space for really as long as I've been in it, is, you know, Half-Life 3, it's never going to be released. It's never going to come out. Half-Life 3, it's never going to be a thing. Roddy, did you ever play Half-Life at all?
I think I played the first one when it had the orange box. You know, I think it was the first one it came out on. And I remember playing it, and then there were so many other games that I had like on my plate at the time that I just eventually went on the back burner. So, yeah.
Right. Well, there's been a lot of anticipation about Half-Life 3. And on New Year's Eve, the voice actor for G-Man came in and dropped this video over on X.
Another year already. Good to see and hear from so many of you. May the next quarter century deliver as many unexpected surprises as did the millenniums first. And again, time is fluid, like music. See you in the new year.
So, interesting to say the least. That got a lot of people very, very excited. It has over 1 million views over on X, over on PC Gamer. It talks about, they have an article up here, G-Man's voice actor rings in the new year by dropping cryptic tweet grenade, promising unexpected surprises into the starving Half-Life 3 fan base. Okay, so the last game was 2 decades ago. We've seen games that have had long development times, but generally in games that have a long development time, there's some sort of roadmap or some sort of... they keep you updated when it comes to the development of these games. Number one, we don't even know if this thing exists, Half-Life 3. It has not been announced officially. Nothing about this is official. This is just the voice actor dropping this. But it is extremely, extremely cryptic. And it's done exactly what its job was to do, was to get people talking about the idea of a third Half-Life. The game with the longest development cycle that I think people never thought would come out was probably Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
Which was a decade, right? Which I I remember I think that was released in 2013 as well, or so, maybe 2012, 2014. But Duke Nukem Forever, that had a 10-year development cycle. And when it came out, it definitely felt like a game that was meant to be released 10 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing when it comes to Half-Life 3 is that whether or not they plan for it to come out, it probably shouldn't come out. Because what you've done is you have 20 years of expectations that are there that will never, ever be met by the audience. You can make the best game ever, literally the best game ever, and it still won't be good enough because you've had 2 decades of expectations built up to this. Blabs, do you have any thoughts on that? The idea of expectations not being met?
Yes, I actually agree with your sentiments about the whole waiting 2 decades and all that.
I mean, a little too much information there, Blabs. No.
What? Anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, I agree with you. Like a lot of games that come out after like 2 decades are just shit, or like you've been really, really high hopes for this one game and you come out and you get it and it's like, well, that's trash, isn't it? It wasn't what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not always the case for everything. There are exceptions. I will say that. So, but for the most part, I feel like too late. Especially like I don't like games in this since like 2020 era. I'm not about the games. There's always going to be some sort of agenda that has to be thrown in there just for sake of corporate stuff that I'm like, I'm good. I'd rather go play the old stuff that has just fun. That's it. It's just fun. So yeah.
Well, I mean, this could be a massive callback to the bygone era, maybe just with new graphics and such. I don't know. John, what are your thoughts on the idea of Half-Life 3 potentially being existed or announced in 2025? It certainly wouldn't be released, right?
I don't think people should ever say never. Like Half-Life 3 could always come out whenever. And I actually have a lot more faith in Valve than Gearbox in regard to Duke Nukem Forever, in them delivering a product with Half-Life 3 that manages to innovate and be to generate hype despite the fact that it's been taken so long. And I'm not a fan of the fallacy of like Duke Nukem took 10 years to release, so it's like this is going to be the best game ever because they spent 10 years on it. It's like they didn't spend 10 years developing the game. It sat in development hell for 10 years, and then eventually it got dusted off, what was left of it from 10 years ago, and it was just like they built what they could onto it and then released that, and it was obviously underwhelming. I wasn't impressed with it at all. I played a little bit of it and I was just like, this fucking sucks. I'd rather play or OG Duke Nukem than this, like 100-fold. Right. So I think Valve, if they put it out, I think it will be. I think they know how to innovate and surprise and please people, and I hope they do put it out. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the game's fan subreddit is already in conspiracy. This is courtesy of PC Gamer once again. One particular post notes that the Windows feature in the best long dog cover art. By the way, that's what's being referenced in the as you see the movement here. People have pointed out that's what this is here. It's from from this thing called best long dog. That's best long dog.
Yeah,
Blabs.
I keep hearing something else. I was like, what?
Says one particular post notes that the window featured in the best long dog cover art has a trio of numbers, 197, the only stable isotope for gold. In other words, the only version of gold without a half-life. The actual video, a link to the video, a sleuth, this good person points out, is also 197 seconds exactly, 197 days is also the length between Best Long Dog's release on YouTube and Shapiro's last song. Like this is crazy.
Wow. Talk about conspiracy right there.
But isn't that also what makes video games so much fun? Like that people are so passionate that they're like, well, if you do this and you look at this corner, and oftentimes, like, I don't know, maybe 60% of the time, they're right with this stuff. That's the beauty of all this. I love it.
You got to wonder if it's a smart marketing tactic. Like they do plan to make an actual Half-Life 3, and maybe there is a story to tell that they never actually made a game for. And now they're just cutting there going like, maybe if we do get this thing made, why don't we start giving some like little teasers and stuff like that to get people hyped up about it, to get people talking about it again. Maybe they'll release the first 2 games again on modern consoles or like remastered so that they can prep you for Half-Life 3, kind of thing. You never know. You never know. I mean, how many things that they can make a comeback for? I mean, you never thought that Sean Connery would do Never Say Never Again, and he came back to do James Bond One More Time, or X-Men 97 being how many years later continuation, or whatever they do. Does it work for the current, for people who want to play the game now? And that's how you can get people hyped again, however they can do it. So
I think that kind of subversive marketing can be extremely effective, much more so than simply announcing this game is coming out on this day. Everybody get excited. Like if Halo 2, for example, had the alternate reality game I Love Bees. It was like this website, is this mysterious website with this cryptic messages and stuff. And it was a little game that people would log on. They'd be like, what is this? We know it's Bungie affiliated. We know it's something to do with Halo, but it's so vague. It's not explicitly Halo. And people were toying with it. And that itself generated hype, and that just added to the sheer success of that game. So
you get people talking about it, man. It's great.
Regarding the video that was put out by the voice actor, not only is beyond it just being the voice actor for the game, it's clear to me that he is doing specifically the G-Man voice with his mannerisms and everything. So
definitely,
it does seem to be like a Half-Life thing.
Well, I mean, if it comes out, that is the sign of the apocalypse, because I don't think anybody ever saw Half-Life 3 even being announced, but the idea of it being released on the, you're moving into a new year, you got the actual voice actor. Maybe it's just a big troll by the voice actor. Like maybe that's what it is. He's just getting people excited and he's just getting people talking. I think that'd be really funny, but I guess we'll find out here in the next couple weeks, couple months, couple years, maybe next 2 decades. We'll see. At what point is too long for a game's release? For a
40 years.
As
John,
long as it's
you?
good when it comes out, man, I really don't care, to be honest. If Duke Nukem Forever was actually good, I'd be like, cool, a good game, thanks. But it wasn't good.
We're getting like sequels now to games that like you never thought they would make a sequel for. Mind you that they're not made by the same people, but you got like Streets of Rage 4, or Double Dragon, another Double Dragon game, or that new Ninja Gaiden game that's coming out, which is a whole nother talk for me, because I had an idea for a Ninja Gaiden game about like 6 years ago, and it's just been on the back burner, like, in development hell. So it's kind of like the same thing. It's like you can imagine these games getting sequels years later, and they come out with something later, and it's great and it's awesome. And then you get stuff like Duke Nukem Forever. So,
yeah. All right, man, you guys are really passionate about this. A lot of things about Half-Life 3 in the chat real quick. Norm says Half-Life 3, what's next? Team Fortress 3? Is Valve getting bored? Thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. Mercenary says, wait, Half-Life 3 is a real? You mean Vulcan count past 2? Excuse me, I'm going to go outside and check if there's another sign of the apocalypse. Right. Carpet says, anytime I hear Y2K, I immediately think of Y2J, Chris Jericho, one of the greatest unveils in WWF history.
The Walls of Jericho, very painful maneuver.
That's great. Suna says, I remember my high school classmates were hyping up Half-Life 3, and now those people don't give 2 Fs if it ever comes out. Right. I think you're talking about people, there were several generations deep when it comes to gamers. People who enjoyed Half-Life 2 probably wouldn't have a whole lot of interest in coming back and playing Half-Life 3. They have different things going on in their life. But thank you for that. Cold Acid says, I think when Mark Laidlaw left Valve, any chance of a proper Half-Life 3 ended. Norm says, what would be the ideal development time for a AAA game? For the sake of this question, the game is an RPG. Good. That's good. That's a good question. This like 4 and 5 year cycle for games, I think is really bad idea. I think like high end, 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, and maybe that's just me being an idiot. But I think 2 years of development time is more than enough time to put together a quality game, right? Am I wrong on that?
Well, I mean, we have these people making like big ass AAA games that takes 8-9 years and it's slop. So I don't even know how to answer this.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it depends on the people who's involved, the type of game. I know you said RPG, but like specifics in this RPG, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, if these days, if you have like a small team, if you have fucking awesome programmers and designers, like you can make a pretty solid game in a relatively short span of time, especially with today's tool set. Because like the software people are using is just getting more and more sophisticated, and coding is getting easier with blueprints and stuff, and prefab meshes and stuff like that. Like you can throw together a pretty quality product relative to like 10 years ago.
Yeah. And I think you're right. The technology needs to be there. Nick says dongs the long way. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Nathan came in. By the way, we are 2 yellows away from having the pickle yodel today. That's pretty cool. Nathan says, as a counterpoint, Space Marine 2 was a sequel that came out a decade after the original and came out great. And it was done by a different company to boot and came out during the Filmstode controversy. That's true. Thank you, Nathan. There's always exceptions to the rule, for sure. Winterfell says, got the red ring multiple times and put me in a real pickle. Hey, bada boom there. Thank you very much, Winterfell. Andrew says, in the year 2000, my younger brother came into this world. The very best friend I could ask for. Andrew.
That's awesome.
That's touching thing. It's good. David says, hey, I want the Turtles van when I was little. And so I made one out of a shoebox and a paper and popsicle stick turtles. There we go, David. There you go. Like
That's cool.
He's jealous of you, Roddy.
Oh, probably for my the turtle van I got here.
That's right.
Yeah, this one's the new Transformers one. So it is a transforming robot. So, and it's got the weapons there stored on the bottom because it's got a robot mode and all that stuff. So I actually showed it the last time I was on the show. So in robot mode.
There we go. All right, we got one more story here before we wrap today. We got a bunch of stories we actually didn't get to today, which is very, very cool. Love that. So we got a lot to talk about tomorrow, but this is interesting. I want to talk about the Switch 2. There's been a lot of talk about when this is going to be announced, when Nintendo is going to come out and say they're actually making this thing. I mean, they've talked about how it's going to happen this year. It's just a matter of time. There's been rumors about January 8th. If it's going to be January 8th, they better be throwing something out here pretty quick because January 8th is 6 days away. But if they do announce something on January 8th, I think that they'll put a teaser out probably on the 6th, which is Monday, and get people talking about it. So anyways, let's talk about some of the leaks associated with the Switch 2. We know about how the Joy-Cons are going to be handled now. They're going to be magnetic. They're just going to like plug into the sides. It's more or less going to look like a Switch, have a lot of the same functionality. But one of the leaks that's been put out there is the idea that a new patent suggests AI image upscaling technology here. So this is courtesy of IGN. So the patent filed in July 2023, but published for the first time this past week, as noted by Eurogamer. The patent describes AI image upscaling technology that would help keep video game download sizes small enough to fit on a physical game cartridge, while offering up to 4K textures. Pretty cool. Now for the leak, again, as noted by Eurogamer, we have a look at what appears to be a Switch 2's internal components. It tallies with information suggested by previous image leaks that have helped give us a decent idea of what to expect. So this is apparently what's inside the Switch 2. That just looks like a bunch of circuitry for me. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. John, you're super tech guy. Do you have any idea what you're looking at here?
It looks like, I don't know if everything is on that circuit board that needs to be there in the final product, but it looks like there's the graphics chip that's there. And when you have an integrated graphics chip as opposed to a dedicated card, like there's only so much it can do. So integrating AI upscaling makes a lot of sense to me to like keep the small form factor and to keep it portable. You want to keep the Joy-Con design because, I mean, that's just great. Like if you want to have instant 2-player couch co-op, I mean, the Switch design is fantastic. And so why fix something that isn't broke, right? So making it just basically a Switch that looks like the old one, but it's just more powerful and looks better. It probably has a bigger battery, I would hope. I've heard that it has USB-C ports on the top and bottom, which is a win as well. I think that's a smart design choice, if that's the case. I'm in favor. Yeah, it looks good.
Well, here's what we know about the Switch 2 right now. It says Nintendo has confirmed that the yet to be announced Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with original Switch games and will feature Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo has also said it will announce the Switch 2 by the end of March 2025, which means the reveal is fast approaching. As for the release date, the console is not expected to launch during Nintendo's current financial year, so it will arrive April 2025 at the earliest. So I would, I don't know if it's going to be this year. No, it'll be this year. It'll definitely be this year. But I think if they do, it'll probably be, I would say probably after summer, most likely, leading into the fourth quarter. But it says in September, unverified images, a mix of computer-aided design images and PCB photos. They were said to have originated with a Chinese website. Yeah, we saw this. We talked about this on the channel for sure. Accompanying images was the alleged specification list that mentioned 12 gigabytes of RAM. The original Switch had 4, 256 gigabytes of internal storage. The original Switch had 32. There's a new C button on the right Joy-Con too. It says we even have developers outright saying they plan to release their upcoming games on the console, with others teasing a Switch 2 release for their games. When Switch 2 does eventually come out, Nintendo expects to have plenty of stock available. And that's very, very big. The idea that there's going to be, Nintendo historically has they've had issues in the past as far as demand and release and the amount of product that they've had for their audience. So the idea that everyone will get one that wants one is really big. Now, Roddy, I know you're very excited for the Switch 2. You said
I am. Yeah.
First off, why?
Well, it's what now, an 8-year-old console?
Yep.
And it's like one of the kings of handheld. Nintendo has pretty much been the king of handheld consoles, and that's pretty much what the Nintendo Switch really is. It's more of a handheld console that can be played on your TV. And they could, it's popular with kids because they love Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong and Smash Brothers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you always, anytime you see like people like gathering around to play video games, they're always looking to play Smash Brothers at for parties. So it's great that they're finally updating this console. And Nintendo doesn't have to have the most powerful thing known to man. Like, everyone wants the PlayStation 5 and whatever the latest and greatest thing is as far as technology is concerned. But how are you going to do that and have the battery to last, for you to be able to play it handheld? And they can, making this new Nintendo Switch 2 now being able to plug into your TV, it's more powerful. It'll be able to handle a lot more of the new games that are coming out. And it's the fact that it's backwards compatible is already a big thing. So because you have if you were to make it the latest, like more powerful than anything else, it's a high cost of entry. And Nintendo has been waiting for a while to try and actually get the Switch 2 out there. Mm-hmm. And I think they've been waiting for a time to be able to get the components cheap enough to be able to make something that can get put out there for everybody. So, and I like the fact that if you have the physical game cartridges for Nintendo Switch, they'll work on your Switch too. So I'm very, very excited about that. And, it'll also mean that I can get the Switch 2 and my kids can continue to commandeer the Switch 1,
Right.
Well,
right.
I get to play. Now, the one other thing to take note of is, John was talking about how the integrative AI is because the integrated graphics chip makes it where the graphics are not going to be as powerful. But they could always, if they wanted to, integrate a graphics chip into the dock. Mm-hmm. And that could upgrade the graphics that way, where you can just put that into your, the Switch into the dock, and now you can play it in a, actual 4K.
Right.
Like an external GPU in the dock. That's interesting. That's a good point. Yeah.
And if they did that, that would be great. Because the idea is that the Nintendo Switch, the whole reason why the Wii U was like it failed is because it wasn't really as portable as people wanted it to be. It felt like it was supposed to be a portable console. But the Switch comes out and actually does that. And whereas the Game Boy, it being what it was, the that's the reason why Nintendo like became so like one of the things that really made Nintendo like kind of the king of handhelds. What was it? Nintendo DS is the other console that sold just as much, or it still did they overtake the Nintendo DS eventually on numbers yet?
They're closing in. They're closing
in, right?
Yeah.
So you think about that, like the Switch is a handheld console that could be played on your TV. So a Switch 2 being more powerful makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is that they're a first party. Everybody wants to play Nintendo games. So if you're going to go off to play Nintendo games, you're going to get yourself a Nintendo console. So,
well, Roddy, I know you're excited about the Switch 2, and
I know people are going to be angry about that, but it's all right.
It's okay. But we have a leaked, totally legit Switch 2 trailer here, which I'm very excited to show you guys. This is just, listen, if you can contain your excitement here.
Is this from your uncle that works at Nintendo?
Yeah. We all know the uncle. He's the brother of the uncle who has a son who works there in development. So let's go check this out and see what amazing new features we have for the Switch 2. Legit.
Already fake as fuck.
What? Hold on. What are you talking? Hold on, John.
Sorry, I could just tell.
What?
It's just the Nintendo aesthetic is missing. Usually, it would open with like one of the president or the CEO or whatever giving a little intro. Like I just immediately don't buy that this is a Nintendo.
That 360 quality didn't even give it away.
Listen, that's the highest we can go is 360. All right. Listen, John, I don't like your attitude. All right. All right.
I don't think your uncle really works at Nintendo.
What? How dare you?
And the C button also reminds me of this. If you remember season 4 of Kit, with Knight Rider, was a convertible. They didn't know what the C button was for a while. What's the C button do? And they finally pressed it, and it was it made Kit.
Roddy's being very serious about this.
Yeah, this is important. Here we are. Exciting new software. Look at John over here laughing his ass off at this idea.
I was laughing at that game card. Did that say Elden Ring 2 on it?
Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what we got. Elden Ring. No, it says Switch 2.
Okay. It went by too quick.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's fake.
What are you talking about?
It's not even the right logo. Isn't it supposed to be the two supposed to be really close?
We don't know that, Blabs.
Yeah. No.
Look.
Oh, that's cool.
Everything here. By the way, they had that on the existing Switch.
Really?
Yeah. They don't have that. Here we go. See, everything up to this point.
What the
fuck? Okay, yep.
Mario, wanna sniff? I bet they smell so
Support lots of great publishers right there.
That's awesome. Okay, I like that video.
Totally real.
There we go. Good for you guys.
I'm now convinced. Yes, that's definitely Nintendo.
Smell-o-vision on the way. Listen to what they have. Listen to what they have her say to Mario here.
It sure is hot out here. My armpits are sweaty. I don't know who would.
Oh, just what I needed.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, just what I needed.
Yeah, listen to what she says here.
Game Boy Advance. Remember the Mario games had the added sound effects of whenever you got a mushroom.
just amazed. I was like, this went totally in the opposite direction.
We got a curveball at the end. Here we go.
Ever want to smell them? Hey Mario, want a sniff? I bet they smell so bad.
I'm definitely pre-ordering this for Smell-O-Vision. Let's go.
I was all amazed I had that kickback stand. I didn't even know that. And I'm like looking at my Switch going, where is it? And then all of a sudden armpits show up.
I mean,
give off the smell of peaches and cream.
Ah! Jesus Christ.
You know what I love about that? I love that somebody went in and made this entire thing. They made a minute and 15 seconds, a minute and 20 seconds here of totally bringing you in and like being like, okay, yeah, this could maybe be real. And then they just throw this curveball at the end and turn it into a joke. I mean, so many people fell for that hook, line, and sinker. Just absolutely brilliant stuff.
It's a good point. It's good enough. It's convincing enough for normies the first couple minutes, and then the curveball is great. I love it.
And so many people, if you look down over on X, like people were there. They were all there until they saw the Smell-O-Vision, which just brilliant stuff. So.
They even everyone's got the screenshots going on.
You're right. It says Craig is lying. He didn't have an uncle's son working for Nintendo. My bad. I know.
You sit on a throne of lies.
That's right. The Nintendo Switch 2 video is 100% legit. Can confirm my wife's boyfriend's brother works for Nintendo. There we go.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Oh my gosh. Lord Slosh says looks more like a Microsoft Switch, to be honest. Can't wait for Peach's armpit trim simulator.
Let's go.
Oh gosh.
Ian came in and says, I'll show you that super chat goal. Bada bing!
Yeah, we had confetti in the chat. YouTube
That's
did
right.
that feature with confetti. It's pretty cool.
That's great. Tactical Dish Soap says an Italian walks into a bar. He doesn't say anything because he's unconscious after walking into a bar. Bada boom! Let's go. And Winterfell says, below that pickle hard number 20. Happy New Year's. Let's go. Hey, who wants to see this stupid yodeling pickle yodel?
Go on.
This is for you, friends.
Is that your replacement, Craig?
Yes. That was given to me during a White Elephant Christmas by my mother. So thank you for that. Listen, our super chat goal has been indeed met today, and everybody should feel excited about that.
We haven't even named this pickle yet.
We have not.
I'm calling it Petra.
Petra
the pickle.
We just call Tickle. Tickle pickle. No. Okay.
Tickle pickle.
No, Petra the pickle.
It's just kind of just rolls off the tongue.
No,
the same
Roddy.
way that James with his guest pickle.
Yeah, that's not shit pickle.
Yeah.
But as pointed out, like totally worth it in the chat. The chat loved it, which is there's Winterfell. Totally worth it. Thank you guys for that. That's wonderful. That's good. Appreciate you guys. I'm glad my mother's delivery of the pickle has delivered in such a major way. If we hit our super chats goal, then we can celebrate like that every single day. Who knows? All right. Delta came in, says, with the yellow paint and gaming discussion popping up again, I wonder how Half-Life 3 will be for the average gamer. I can't think of too many modern games involving physics-based puzzles. A friend's husband played Half-Life 2 recently and got stuck. Yeah, that'd be interesting, to say the least. The fact that yellow paint discussion, have you guys seen that being popped up over the last couple weeks?
It's been a discussion longer than that. I don't know in what context it came up recently, but
yeah. It's one of those. It's like an ebb and flow conversation where it gets really hot and then it cools off and then it'll come back again, and it's come back again. The idea of, there's too much. We don't need to have our hands held, and then the game will release it. Will release without the yellow paint and the guiding of yellow. And by the way, like everybody knows that the idea is yellow because yellow draws the eye, right? Yellow and red are the two colors that draws the human eye better than any other color, which is why you see yellow and red in thumbnails so much. But games were released without any sort of hand holding, and people are like, I have no idea where to go. So they clearly need some sort of hand holding.
Well, some developers use it as a crutch because you can draw the eye with more things than color. Like you can do that with just the design, the geometry. You can draw the eye.
Love it. Aramis says, I know it's unrelated, but 2025 for me started with my country, Puerto Rico, having their whole electrical power system out. 1.3 million homes without energy since the 31st. Lol. I don't know if that's very lollish, Aramis, but thank you for that. Appreciate your support, and hopefully you get that electricity soon. I'm sure you're working off some generators over there. Harriet Tubman came in with the $5 direct donation. Says, I hope my cracker, Gabe Newell, will still be alive for the release of Half-Life 3. You dudes talking about getting your Xbox 360s to run. I wish Gabe would run. Exercise. Gang, Tubbs out. Thanks, Harriet Tubman.
Shout out, Harriet.
It's always a pleasure to have your super chats and your direct donations, Harriet.
An entire underground railroad of wonderful super chats and donations.
Rob on Wheels says, sing for me, my pickle of music. That's right, Rob. Thank you very much.
That's Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. And Norm came and says, Smell-O-Vision is something I don't want to see perfected and become mainstream. Imagine playing in medieval games and subjected to that stench for 10 hours. Gross. Ugh. I'm with you, Norm. That's disgusting. He also came back. Says, I have a family member who's diabetic. They have a hard time keeping their sugar down in North America, but in Europe, they have a hard time keeping it up. The food quality there is objectively superior. Thank you, Norm. But does it taste as good? That's the question.
Yeah, it tastes better.
Oh, man. All right. You guys have been spectacular today. We have some super chats to get to, some wonderful supports, and we appreciate that. We always like to give our guests the opportunity to roll out before we get to our super chats. So, Roddy, John, would you guys like to bulge, or do you guys want to stick around a little bit?
I'm in for the long haul, man.
Let's go. All right, let's get to it. Let's start with David here, Blabs.
Okay, David says, by that food study logic, I don't eat, I'll live forever. That's right. Orthodox Monk says, Craig is gearing up for a live stream of Hello Kitty Island Adventure that releases at the end of this month. He is the butters of the squad. So what's that Barbie playthrough?
Someone actually did that, a ROM hack of like the NES Adventure Island with Hello Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
That would be hilarious if someone did a reskin of that.
A reskin of Adventure Island? Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Mercenary says, at work, we'll catch VOD later. Get ready for more crazy. Thanks, Mercenary.
Thanks, Mercenary.
Crazy teases. Speaking of Street Fighter 1, played that on my PlayStation 4 and I was laughing in frustration. That's crazy.
Very frustrating.
Crazy. Thanks for tagging me on that yesterday. I saw that, and my immediate thought was, that sucks for you.
Red says, I'm behind on food jokes, but I'll catch up.
Hey,
I like that one. That one's good. That's good. I want fries and ketchup. Oh,
ketchup and mustard.
Anyway, Rolando says, Blabs, if Lilo and Stitch is giving you trouble, may you never play the legendary Bubsy 3D. No, I don't want to. Mercenary says 2025 is going to get so much worse and be ready. Can you be positive for 1 fucking minute, Mercenary? Thank you.
I know we got a tough one right now.
Jesus. Abdulio says, hey Craig, any chance you play that Star Fox 64 PC port on your Let's Play sometime? It'd be great to see your reaction to how smoothly it plays.
I want to try it out.
Sick, yeah.
I downloaded it. I haven't tried it because, like I said, I played on an N64 emulator, but I want to try the PC port, see how smooth. I know they have to fix some things because apparently medals don't show on your winning when you actually win medals on stages. So, but it runs. I've seen video of it. It runs really smooth. So
yeah. Well, they take these games and they completely compile them and rewrite them in either C or C++, so it runs natively on the hardware.
That's how the anniversary collection for Mega Man works. Is that it actually is re-decompiled and actually works natively on whatever console it's made for. So
really, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's how the NES Mega Man games are played. So you're literally playing one for one. It's running as smooth as it's supposed to, but
It's not an emulation. It's actually running natively, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mercenary says, if the Xbox 360 can't get to 2026, we will all die. Holy fuck, Mercenary.
Jesus Christ.
Ghost says, PlayStation 3 had the same solder issue. That time of solder impacted more than just consoles. Luckily, my PlayStation 3 AO1 is still alive. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Mercenary says, my 360 Elite had a power supply failure to fix. Oh, good. He's not being like doom and glory here. Norm says, what is the last game Valve made? Do they still know how to make a game? I figured that they put everything into Steam. Thank you,
It was
fam.
Alex, wasn't it? That was the last one?
I think so.
Sergio says, Half-Life 3 will go after GTA 6 and Woke Open World GMS. Thank you very much.
It's true. You don't want to be within the GTA 6 release window, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're any other developer, you want to stay clear of that.
Dwight says Valve uploaded an anniversary document for HL recently, and it was confirmed on there that they've had a team working on it.
Oh, interesting. Thanks, Dwight.
Well,
by the way, the next game is Deadlock, and apparently Deadlock is awesome from Valve. That's what a lot of people have been saying. So.
All right. Edwin says Rodimum looks like the boom headshot guy.
Boom.
Fire Sky says, remember a Shantae game that was in the relevant for 10 years just came out?
Well, they've been making Shantae games for a while. I think was it Matt Boson, I think is the guy who made Shantae. I know he follows me on X, but yeah. He's a Transformers guy.
Of course. Cool. Soul Silver says, the only reason I don't want remaster games to be made today is because it's going to be censored from the original, especially with ESRB and DEI. Yep. Mercenary says, Switch 2 on January 8th. It will be on my birthday, and I share that day with David Bowie and Elvis Presley. What a day to be alive. Well, happy birthday in 6 days.
This is from the TV show. Or the,
oh my God, it is Rodimus Primal. That's funny.
Do you remember Pure Ownage back in the day?
Yes, Total Ownage.
Yes, Total Ownage, a web series which was huge back in the late 2000s. Here we go.
So yeah, I like FPSs. What can I say? There's nothing like the rush of hunting people down and killing them. I mean, my heart's beating, my hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting, and I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Can you reenact that, Roddy? Like, just film yourself one day and then just do that?
Oh, okay, hold on.
Now he's gonna do it privately. He's gotta film it that way. He can do it just right.
If I'm gonna reenact that, though, I'm probably gonna do it with the Gears of War. Boom.
Yeah. You gotta. It's got to be a full recreation.
Boom! Headshot.
Yeah. Slime Bear says, I knew it was fake when I saw the network jack. Thank you. Mercy says, you off the pickle because it yodels like European.
You off, yeah.
Miku says, Smash 20 Simulator will smell-o-vision.
No thanks.
Yes, please. Smell-o-vision all the way, baby. Go.
Ew. Mercy says, I'm being positive. You really don't want to see me being negative. I can make the devil depressed. Mercenary. I think you need some chill pills. Mercenary also says, Matt's the guy that made Shantae. I still have GBA game with the box and manual. And Abdulio says, medals are working. I've been collecting them.
Abdulio! Thank you very much. All right. Okay, that's a great place to wrap today. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow, things we didn't quite get to today. But listen, I'm telling you right now, you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. We got a great group of friends joining us. Finish up the strong. It's going to be Finish Strong Friday, the first week of the year, and we're going to be finishing in a hard way. Super Bear, thank you so much. With the 5 says, don't like this new Doom posting, Mercenary. Missed the old hole in the. I missed the old hole in the leg, Mercenary.
Yeah, I like the Mercenary who shows up every Tuesday to give Razor and myself an update on his leg.
That's right. Mercenary, we need to know more about your holes in your legs.
No, they're cleared up. That's it. It. It's done. The finale was last week when you were away.
Mercenary lore is growing. I love it.
Did we get this one Rumble rant from @F Toxic?
No, we did not.
Okay. The anticipation issue is same with music. There were 2 decades between Amanda Marshall's early albums and her newest. Honestly, the new album's just okay. It doesn't hit the same as her older stuff. Thank you very much. Now I'm caught up on Rumble.
And Mercenary says, there is no chill setting. It broke a long time ago. Thank you, Mercenary. Appreciate that. All right, guys, do us a favor. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. We're going to be back at it tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Clips of the show are posted on the channel throughout the day, so make sure you guys tune into those. If you guys ever miss anything, get in there, give it a thumbs up, the whole thing. We greatly appreciate you guys. And do us a favor. Let a friend know about the show. Our goal this year is to grow, and we can't do that without you. So let a friend know about the show. Any normal men out there, whether they're on X, whether they're in IRL, whatever, just let them know that we exist. We'd greatly appreciate that. John, where can everybody find you, my friend?
John Graham on YouTube. I do RB and the Chief and some machinima projects. I just put out a Christmas special. I did an RB and the Chief parody of Die Hard, the 1988 movie.
Mm-hmm.
And taking a little break for a while, at least a week, because I'm fucking exhausted. But yeah, that's my channel if you want to subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button right there, just like we have. Roddy, what about you, buddy?
You can find me on YouTube, of course, and my YouTube channel, Rodimus Primal, where I talk everything Transformers. And of course, you can find me on X at Rodimus Primal. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as well. Do a bunch of different videos. Like obviously, my latest video is in the world of the Transformers.
Yeah,
Optimus.
Oh, sorry.
Now, yeah, if you
hold on, it's playing in my ear. I can't stop. Hold on.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
sorry.
If you actually check out my my video, if you really love Knight Rider, I did the a recreation of the Knight Rider intro using Transformers clips and use the actual Knight Rider music. So it is cool. Prime Rider it's called. And uses the sound effects and everything, but it's like you using Hot Rod as as that. But I usually do like whole deep dives on characters and concepts, like the Dinobots, or who is Star Convoy, or Star Optimus Prime as he's known in America. And I do a bunch of different stuff like that covers that. So I even have once in a while I try to get some interviews with some of the people who write and do Transformer stuff. So always a fun time.
Well, if you're a fan of Transformer stuff, Roddy's the man to go to. You guys head over to sidescrollersmerch.com. Go pick up some merchandise right now. We'd really appreciate that. You guys look good and feel good about yourself. Moving into 2025, pick up the new Challenger t-shirt, Gamers vs. Everybody shirt, any of our fine merchandise. Appreciate you guys popping in. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be back at it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time with a couple wonderful new guests joining us. But in the meantime, remember, hold on. Johnny's coming in under the bell, says, say the word frustrated. Now think back to what you just said. A lot of people say flustrated for some reason and don't even realize it. It's like speaking English. All right.
Happy New Year, you filthy animals.
Flustered is a word, but it's different.
Frustrated.
All right. Hey, great job getting the pickle to sing today. We really appreciate that. We'll be back at it tomorrow.
Frustrated.
Remember, people are going to try to shoot you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Don't get frustrated.
I'm fucking frustrated over here.
Hey, bada boom. See you guys later.